What's up, guys? This is dankydrankh20, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to build this tileable sorting system. It's pretty easy and compact. So let's begin. Now, before I actually begin teaching you and demonstrating this sorting system, I want to first mention that this video was first released on YouTube. Not this exact video, but this concept was first published as a video on YouTube by my friend and cousin, drankisdank. I'll put a link to his channel in the description below. So if you haven't seen some of his videos, check him out. So he actually released this, and I was actually, at the moment that he released it, editing my my own video, and I watched his, and we have the exact same design. So I'm going to be demonstrating mine to you. And I'm going to be showing you a few more improvements, going a little bit more into the building side than he did. So I hope this is okay with you, Drank. But for now, let's begin. So basically, if you haven't seen any footage of the newest Minecraft snapshots at all, first of all, this is only in the snapshots. You probably haven't seen much about sorting systems. Well, you have seen much about sorting systems. Like JL2579, DocM, those guys, Seth Blaine even, all these guys have been releasing tons of videos about sorting systems. So I'm going to go into detail about how this thing works really quick. So basically, say I took a piece of, like, let's go with some green wool here, lime wool. So if I toss this lime wool in here, it will go down, and it will get stuck on that edge. Now, it'll take a little bit of time to process because lime wool is obviously this chest. So it'll basically drift down, and all these hoppers in here already have their inventories filled, plus some other type of wool. And you see, it goes into this chest, and I can just grab it. So pretty much how this works is there's a neat little functionality with hoppers. Now, a hopper can have its inventory measured by one of these things here, a comparator. So if I place a hopper here, and I take a comparator going out of it, if I put these 22 items in here, this thing will emit a redstone signal of 1. But if I put 23 in there, it'll emit a redstone signal of 2. So basically, in all of these top hoppers here, this thing has exactly 22 items. So as soon as it gets another item, it will output a redstone signal. But since its inventory is full, it can only take in one of these items, and I doubt it's going to take any cobblestone missing an E, because I renamed that cobblestone. So it will probably have difficulty finding any of that, so it will probably most likely be taking in green wool. And so basically what that will do, so like say this one right here takes in green wool. That means that this one here is going to be powered. It won't power any of these other ones, because it will only be emitting a signal strength of 2, and for it to go 2 here, it would have to go like 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. So to power any of these other bottom ones, it just can't do that, unless you put too many items in, which I'll touch on in a minute. So as soon as it gets another item, it will power this. Then down there, it will power a repeater in there, and then that will turn off a torch under this hopper, and hoppers can be turned off with redstone. So it will stop sucking items out of this start sucking items out of this top hopper, which, by the way, is not pointing downwards into the bottom hopper. And then it will put it into the chest, like so, and it's pretty simple. So that's how it works. I'm going to show you guys how to build this little design really quick. So let's go right over here. So I already have a copy here. It's pretty basic. All that you do is just place 2 blocks on the ground apart from each other by 2. I need a repeater, actually, so let's grab a repeater, and I'm going to need a torch as well. So you just place a repeater in the middle. Then right here you place some redstone dust. Build up right there in the center, and then one over here. You can place blocks on the edge of redstone, by the way, or you can just build from the side. It doesn't matter. Place another one here, another dust there, and then take the comparator, place it like this. And now here's where things get a little bit interesting. So for the hopper, you can't actually just place it down on here, otherwise it'll be pointing downwards. And if you do that, it'll just insert any item. So you actually have to build up 3 blocks like this. Like if you were building a line of these, you could just continue this on for a long distance. So it actually has to be pointing to the side. And if you're getting water going this way and the items are being carried over the top, I suggest you don't point it into another hopper, because that just doesn't work. That would screw up the system as well. Then down here, you're going to place a torch. Forgot to mention that. And then, so let's see here. If I grab a chest out of here, let's place the power rails with that. So if I grab a chest and smack it down right there, just stick my hopper right into the chest, like so. Actually, this will need to be altered, like so. So there we go. Beautiful. Actually, I want to build this one closer. So there we go. That's pretty much the system. It's very small, very compact, pretty much survival friendly, except for the hoppers might cost a little bit of iron. That's about it. So this is one design, and then to actually do the finalized touches on it, so it'll actually sort out an item, you're going to need to grab an anvil. So once you grab an anvil, just grab a whole bunch of any random item. I'll use cobblestone here. So basically just rename this cobblestone to whatever you want, as long as you won't be throwing other cobblestone with the same name down there. So I usually just delete the E for time's sake. And then you're going to place that right in this top one. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oopsies. That was a mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now this has 21 items in it. You can place your wool in that slot, and you're going to place 2 of them in there. One will get drained out. That's good. It'll get stuck in this hopper, which we want. And then now you guys are pretty much done with this first design. If you want to do multiple designs and tile them, basically what you're going to want to do is I actually kind of lost my train of thought there. I forgot what I was going to say. If you're going to tile multiple copies of these, just repeat the same process multiple times, so that you will be able to tile them together. Just replace the wool here with whatever other item you want, and make sure you put 2 of them in. And there are some limitations with the tiled version, however. Because if I throw in 24 of any of the items that I'm sorting out here, any of those, if I throw in 24 of them, this comparator, or whichever comparator the 24 items go into, it will actually output a signal strength of 3. And that will power this, and that will power this. And then that will screw up my entire sorting system, and I'll have to completely rebuild it, which would suck, honestly. So, if you're going to use this tileable design, keep in mind that you have to actually limit how many of each item you throw in at once. I know that sounds kind of silly, but you have to keep it so you're only throwing 23 of any of the same item in at once. Otherwise, you're going to have some problems. So if you do not want to have these problems, there's a solution. And basically what that is this thing over here. This is just a version of it that I've alternated every 2. This one's a little bit smaller. Doesn't do the exact same thing, but it's a good example, and that was all I meant to create with this video. So basically, if I throw in, first of all, also, let me mention really quick, with this design over here, you saw how I had this little waterway here? That's because, watch what happens if I throw an item in, and it goes right in the middle. Well, actually, that one didn't go right in the middle. If I throw one in there, and it goes right in the middle. See how it jumps? You don't want the items to jump in there, because sometimes they'll fly out, or they won't get sucked up by the hopper, and that makes the design inconsistent. So when you actually want to have another stream that goes into this at a 90-degree angle, just so that the item will end up along the side and it won't go through the middle of the hopper, and the item will still be sucked up. So it'll go right through there, and it'll get sucked up in its respective hopper. So this is going to be the design I'm going to be using more often, just because, in my opinion, it's kind of silly to limit how many items you throw in. You still can't throw in whole stacks with this, just because there's one item in there already. You have to like throw in 63 items and then wait a minute, or throw one in and then throw the rest in. So it still is a little bit limited. It's not as good as some of like the actual like modded sorting systems, but this just shows the creativity of the Minecraft community. how we can pretty much do anything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave it a like rating. Always helps out. Lets me know that you guys liked my videos. Because it's a like rating, you know, like my videos. No, that wasn't good. So if you didn't like my video, leave me a comment. Tell me why. If you have any suggestions, requests for builds, or if you just want to say, hey, I liked your video, just go ahead and leave a comment. I will gladly read all of them, and I respond to every single comment that you guys leave. Make sure you guys subscribe to see more, and hope you all have a nice day. Peace.